Have you ever looked back and thought, I wish I had never told them that? Maybe it was something deeply personal. Maybe it was a dream you couldn't stop thinking about. Or maybe it was a mistake from your past that you trusted someone with. At first, sharing felt like connection. But days later, you wished you could take those words back. Most people don't regret the things they kept private. They regret the things they revealed too soon. The truth is, we live in a world that encourages us to share everything. Social media rewards openness. Conversations often become competitions over who reveals the most. We hear phrases like, just be completely open. But psychology offers a more balanced perspective. Healthy relationships are built on honesty, not unlimited access. Emotionally intelligent people understand that privacy isn't about hiding. It's about deciding who has earned a place in your inner world. Because every piece of personal information you reveal shapes how others understand you, and sometimes how they respond to you. Some people will protect what you share. Others will quietly use it. The difficult part is, you rarely know which kind of person you're talking to until much later. So here are 7 things psychologically aware people rarely reveal, and why protecting them protects your peace. 1. Your biggest weakness. What if the thing you reveal to feel closer to someone becomes the very thing they use against you? Imagine admitting to a coworker that public speaking terrifies you. Months later, during an important meeting, they casually joke, "Don't make them present. They hate speaking in front of people." Everyone laughs. They may not have intended to hurt you, but now your insecurity has become part of how others see you. Psychologists call this boundary awareness. Trust isn't proven by how quickly you become vulnerable. It's proven by how someone handles your vulnerability over time. Our brains naturally remember emotionally revealing information more than ordinary conversation. That's why one personal confession can quietly shape another person's impression of you for years. Not everyone deserves access to the parts of you that are still healing. 2. Your long-term goals. Have you ever noticed that talking about your dreams sometimes feels almost as satisfying as achieving it? Imagine telling everyone you're writing a book. People congratulate you. They ask questions. You enjoy the encouragement. But weeks later, you've barely written a page. Psychologists call this a form of social reality. When other people acknowledge your goal, your brain can experience a small sense of accomplishment before you've actually done the work. That's one reason announcing goals too early sometimes reduces motivation. Of course, sharing goals with trusted people can create accountability. The key is choosing people who help you move forward, not those who replace action with applause or discourage you before you've begun. Quiet progress usually creates louder results. But surprisingly, the next thing wise people protect isn't about success at all. It's about kindness. Through your good deeds. Why do some acts of kindness lose their meaning the moment they're announced? Imagine someone filming themselves giving money to a stranger. Are you thinking about the person receiving help? Or the person holding the camera? Psychologists describe something called intrinsic motivation. When we act primarily for internal values rather than external recognition, our behavior tends to feel more authentic and meaningful. Real generosity doesn't need an audience. It comes from character, not applause. Some of the kindest people you'll ever meet will never tell you half of what they've done for others. For your family problems. Why do private family struggles spread faster than good news? Imagine opening up to someone you barely know. A week later, someone else mentions details you never shared with them. Suddenly your private pain has become public conversation. Sharing with someone you deeply trust can be healing. But not everyone listens because they care. Some people simply enjoy collecting stories. Psychologists have long observed that emotionally charged information is often remembered and repeated more easily than neutral information. Once your family struggles become gossip, you no longer control how they're retold. Protecting your family's privacy isn't pretending everything is perfect. It's recognizing that not everyone has earned access to your most personal moments. The next one surprises many people because it's something almost everyone talks about without realizing the cost. 5. Your income. Why does one simple question about money change the way some people treat you? Whether you earn far more or far less, revealing your income often changes expectations. Some people begin comparing themselves to you. Others make assumptions about your lifestyle, generosity, or success. Psychologists refer to this as social comparison. People naturally evaluate themselves by comparing their lives with others. Money often becomes an emotional measuring stick rather than just a number. This doesn't mean you should hide financial discussions when they're necessary or helpful. But not every conversation needs to include what you earn. Sometimes privacy protects relationships from unnecessary comparison. 6. Your past mistakes. Should every mistake you've ever made become part of your introduction? Imagine meeting someone for the first time and spending the entire conversation explaining who you used to be. Many people never allow others to see who they've become. Psychologists describe something known as the horn effect, our tendency to let one negative impression influence our overall judgment of someone. That doesn't mean people can't change. It means first impressions and negative information can carry disproportionate weight. Your mistakes shaped your story. They don't have to define your identity. Growth is best demonstrated through consistent actions, not endless explanations. 7. Your next move. Why do the most confident people often make the quietest moves? Notice how people who achieve extraordinary things rarely announce every step. Instead, one day the results simply appear. Every opportunity shared in advance invites opinions, expectations, advice, comparison, distraction. Psychologists have found that excessive external input can sometimes interfere with commitment by shifting attention away from the work itself and toward other people's reactions. Real confidence doesn't constantly seek witnesses. It simply keeps moving. Sometimes silence isn't secrecy, it's focus. Here's the truth. Privacy isn't about building walls. It's about building doors and deciding who has earned the key. Healthy boundaries don't keep people out. They allow the right people in. The less unnecessary information you give away, the less opportunity others have to misunderstand you, manipulate you, or pull you away from the life you're trying to build. So before you share something deeply personal, ask yourself one simple question. Has this person earned the right to know, or do I simply want to be understood? That single question can save you years of regret. If this video made you think differently about privacy and personal boundaries, leave the word peace in the comments. And if you enjoy learning the psychology behind human behavior, relationships, and emotional intelligence, subscribe to Dr. Wayne Psychology. Because your mind is like a home. Not everyone who knocks belongs inside.